Hello, philosophers. I'm Chico. Welcome to the Philosopher's Classroom. This is sort of the addendum to the Philosopher Show, and today we were talking about abstract reference. We're talking about how is it the case that we can talk about properties, about stuff like colors and kinds of things, apart from the things that actually have them, right? So here is one interesting way that we could possibly solve that issue. First thing to note is that truth makers, things that are kind of behind the truths of statements. What is it about, when I ask the question, what makes it true that, let's say, the hat is green? Typically we want to say, well, this thing right here, right? You want to point at that physical object and say, that's what makes it true that the hat is green. But now think about this statement. Dinosaurs are reptiles. Now, dinosaurs are reptiles. There are no dinosaurs, right? So there's nothing that exists in the world to make that statement true. In fact, somebody could say, no, they aren't. Dinosaurs aren't anything, which, sounds like cheating, right? It sounds like they're getting something wrong. But then think about this statement as well. Dinosaurs are extinct. When I say dinosaurs are extinct, that very statement is making the claim that dinosaurs do not exist. The thing that I'm trying to point to is not there, right? There's nothing to point to. And if we think about truth makers like the hat, right, then what is it that makes that statement true? What makes it true that dinosaurs are extinct? Well, it seems like there's nothing out there to make it true. Now, you may say, well, the universe makes it true, right? The universe exists and the universe lacks dinosaurs. Therefore, right, it's true to say there are no dinosaurs. But think about, again, the word exists. The word exist is pointing to the fact that dinosaurs did at one time exist, but no longer. Did I say extinct is what I meant to say. Sorry. That the word extinct means that dinosaurs did exist at one time, but don't exist now. So it's not like I'm just saying dinosaurs don't exist, right? I'm saying dinosaurs did exist, but don't exist now. And the universe could possibly be the same if dinosaurs did or did not exist, right? I mean, the universe could be created right now, totally the same that it is, with everybody, existing exactly as they exist, with the same memories and, let's say, false dinosaur bones in the earth and stuff like that. I'm not. By the way, I'm not claiming that there are false dinosaur bones in the earth, okay? I know what you're thinking. That's not where I'm going, all right? I'm just saying that, what am I saying? I'm just saying that, it's getting hot in here. Dinosaurs are extinct is a claim about what did exist. And it seems like the universe can't make that true right now as it stands, right? If we're just looking at the qualitative aspects of the universe. So, given that, how are we to explain stuff like that dinosaurs are extinct? One possible solution that you could have is to say that they do exist. And here's what I mean. Some philosophers believe that time is a dimension just like space. Just like the three, X, Y, and Z axes of space, 3 dimensions of space. They say, well, time is like a 4th dimension. And the universe exists as a space-time block, right? This big chunk. And it may seem like things are changing, but they're not. That's just like a perceptual error that we have, that we happen to think that the things go on, But really, everything that did exist, everything that will exist, and everything that exists right now all actually just exists in this one big block. You are existing, in this moment. You right now have a particular perspective of this moment, and you don't have you can't see into the future or the past, or you can't experience, you can't be there in the future and the past. So it seems to you like the now is the only real thing, when actually, in matter of fact, these things are also real. Now you can use that to solve this dilemma, because you can say, well, when I say dinosaurs are extinct, I mean at an earlier part of the block they exist, but at some point they stop existing, right? Their timeline stops, and the block keeps going on. And that's what I mean by extinct, right? Nice and easy solution. I mean, I don't happen to buy it, but you could see why it's attractive, It seems like it solves a lot. I mean, now all of a sudden we have to believe that there's no such thing as change, and that's a big thing to jump, that's a big pill to swallow. You could actually use this solution to solve a problem that we were talking about in the Philosopher's Show. This is a problem of whether properties exist apart from the things that have them. Now, by the word property, I've been trying to, in the show, I've been doing my best to stay away from philosophical jargon. But when we say property, we mean things like things that you might have. Like I am brown, right? I'm a brown man, right? But I am not brown itself, right? Brown would be a property that I have, or 6'2". I am 6'2", but I'm not 6'2" itself, right? Well, we talked about this color razzmatazz, and some philosophers want to use this dilemma to show that razzmatazz, the property, must exist apart from all things that are razzmatazz colored, right? Because you might think when I say razzmatazz that I'm pointing to this specific thing and that specific thing, and I'm saying whatever it is that those things have in common, whatever that might be. Well, these philosophers are going to say, no, that can't be it, because you might not have any razzmatazz things, and yet it would still be true to say razzmatazz is a color. So they bring forth this possibility. What if all razzmatazz things had been destroyed, right? And now we say razzmatazz is a color. What are you going to do now? Clearly, you're not talking about this or that razzmatazz thing, right? Well, you can use this solution of the dinosaurs. You can say, well, I believe that the universe is a 4D block, right? 4-dimensional block. That's what this idea is called, four-dimensionalism. It's a 4D block well, the block view is actually a kind of 4D view, but and over on this side, the razzmatazz things actually still exist, even though they don't exist right now. So when I say razzmatazz is a color, I'm talking about those razzmatazz things over there, right? That's a possible solution. That is one of the reasons why I brought up a second possibility. I didn't, but other philosophers do, which is that possibly, what if we said, like, what if no razzmatazz things ever existed? It would still be true to say razzmatazz is color, right? Even if there were no razzmatazz things, even in the past or the future. The big problem here is now it's questionable whether razzmatazz actually existed or not. Some philosophers are going to think that there is no such thing as razzmatazz unless there are razzmatazz things somewhere in the universe. It would be crazy to say that there is no razzmatazz when there were razzmatazz things at some time, right? It's like we're sticking our fingers in our ears. La, 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 I do not believe in you, right? Of course, they existed at some time. But if you're 4D, you can account for that pretty easily, right? This is a little more contentious. It's to say that there are things that don't exist but could have existed. Is there such a thing? I mean, it seems, I don't know, it seems plausible, right? Unicorns don't exist. They have never existed, but it seems plausible that they could have existed. And yet, clearly, I mean, how are you going to prove that? Like maybe it's impossible for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. There's a possible solution to this problem about properties. And like I said, where we're going with this, a philosopher named Plato is going to try to explain all these phenomena that we talked about using these real properties that exist apart from the things that have them. And this is a possible solution. Like I said, it's not one that I buy, but I think it's a good one.